everybody. It's Matt Moreno with Angie Verduzco today. How are you today, Angie?
I'm doing great, Matt. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Um, so you and I know each other really well. We both work in the same office and everything, but I wanted to talk a little bit about your career and where you've come. So what got you into interested in becoming a realtor and getting into real estate?
Right. So I actually have a business background. I went to school. I went to Chico State, got my bachelor's in business. But what really sparked my interest in real estate was the fact that I got into investing, buying rental properties at a young age. So in my last semester at Chico State, when I was getting ready to finish up,
Mhm.
I ended up going to View and taking my real estate courses and, scheduling the exam and getting licensed. Since
That's
I was
awesome.
kind of in that industry, just on the other side, buying rental properties. And then my last semester, I was like, I had a small baby at home, and I wanted to have more children, and
Right.
I wanted to do something that was going to allow me to dictate my schedule and be able to raise my kids at the same time. So yeah, that sparked my interest. I was already doing real estate related stuff at that time. So that just really kind of pushed me to just jump right into real estate and become a licensed realtor.
That's awesome. Yeah, and everybody always talks about how much free time we have and how it's so like such an easy career, right? That we can just dictate our own schedule, and it's true to an extent. I mean, let's be
Right.
real. It's up to us what time we wake up in the morning. It's up to us what time we hop on the phone and make phone calls. It's up to us what we do. But have you found that this career has brought you that freedom that you expected it to?
Yes, I actually do believe in that because yeah, it requires a lot of work. I mean, we don't have a set schedule where we clock in and we clock out like a regular, 9 to 5, but it is a family venture for me. And it's something that I'm very lucky and I feel very blessed that my kids are able to come with me to showing so they can be here in the office. And my clients love me and I love them, and they know that, they're gonna see my kids at one point or the other. So yeah.
I hear you on that. When I first started, I was all between my own ears about bringing my kids to like open houses and stuff. And my kids now are 10 and 13, so they're a little bit older. But at the time, little Madison was just a little girl, and I'd bring her and sit over in the corner and kind of color. And I found out real quickly that it was actually an advantage having the kids present, and they're like your little assistants, and after a while, and everybody thinks they're cute, and they're obviously it's easier to have a conversation about your children than anything else on the planet, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, it makes you relatable, and I mean, it's a family venture to me. Really,
yeah,
I'm just very blessed that this is a career, this is a business, this is my business, and I'm happy that my kids are able to participate, and it allows me to, I'm a full time mom, and that's never going to change, and I love having my kids around, and if I can bring them to work with me when I can, then why not?
yeah, that's awesome. So let's talk about the market a little bit. How's it treating you? Have you noticed a slowdown at all, like some people are saying, or you noticed business keeps trucking as long as you keep working?
Not at all. I think this year I was very fortunate where my business double, as compared
Yeah,
to other years.
yeah,
And so I actually really enjoy this market. I know it was a little slow for some people, but I just I did really good this last year, and I'm planning to double my business this year now. And so I went back to basics pretty much
yeah.
2023, and I made sure that I was doing the work and doing my daily activities and prospecting all the time, and just keep my pipeline going at all times. So I think 2023 was pretty great for me.
Yeah, yeah, same here. We I came up with a new whiteboard system for organizing my pipeline, and really being able to visualize, the funnel's real, and it's an actual physical funnel. It's not just some nerdy thing that I do on my computer anymore. Like it starts out as what's a good top of funnel device for attracting people, right?
Right.
And that's just simply an offer that you over deliver on every single day. But then those people go into your CRM, but do they stay there? And that's what I've really changed this year about my business is I've forced them not to stay stagnant, just looking at houses on my website, stuff like that. But I've started interacting with them like one-on-one, right? Making those calls instead of cold calling expireds and, for sale by owners like I was in years past, because that brought us some business, but brings you a whole lot less business than reaching out to your database and talking to the people that already have, decided that they want to build a relationship with you, right? So
Right.
we kind of did the same thing as far as going back to the basics. And then Janelle and I, we really finally had the conversations. When you're a team, you have to stay in your own lane. And I have a really, really hard time with that because I'm a little more controlling, right?
Right.
So we had to finally have the conversation of like, okay, she takes care of the paperwork and I take care of, the marketing and, the follow-up and the calls and stuff like that, right? And since we've done that, the organization of our business has really cleaned up, and it runs like the whole, like I'm way less stressed out now than I have been in previous years. I know I don't seem stressed out when I'm out at the office or whatever, but I mean, sometimes I am because I overextend, right? I'm doing too much of what I shouldn't be doing instead of what I should be focusing on.
Right.
So,
And sorry to cut you off. And at the
no,
end of the day, I mean, you're a duo, a team
yeah,
with your wife, and it's nice that each one of you have their own strengths. So I think it's important that you focus on your strengths that you have, and she focus on her strengths, and that just makes things flow and everything be so much smoothly
yeah,
when you're in a team. So yeah, I totally get it. Even for myself, it's just me running the show, but
sure,
I don't get too hung up on the things that I'm not too good at. I focus on what I'm good at, my strengths, and then everything else I delegate to, like
right.
my first couple years I was doing all the paperwork and I didn't have an assistant.
Mhm.
Whereas this year I, got myself an assistant, and TC Cindy Blair, she's amazing here in our office.
Wonderful.
And she just takes care of that for me. So I know that's not, I delegate those things to her so
Yeah.
that I'm able to dedicate more time to my business.
It makes a world of difference, doesn't it?
It
Like,
does. So
clears
I'm
up
able
your
to
mind, you
focus.
can focus.
Yes.
So, do you block out time every day to call people and build your database?
I do. I do. So one of the things that I really hammer this past year, and that I'm carrying, continuing to do this year, it's prospecting.
Yeah,
So usually when I come in, that's like one of the things that I have. That's the first thing that I have time blocked on my schedule, on my agenda, which is prospecting.
nice.
Yeah,
I
and I
know.
book
I know in the
myself.
past you've done some pretty interesting things at the office, like having first-time home buyer workshops and stuff like that. And you did those in both English and Spanish, right? Like
Right.
I think that's so awesome, like giving that opportunity to people to be able to come in and learn from you and learn from. Did you have a lender on those?
I do. Yeah, I do. I actually do have that prepared for this year also. I have a wonderful lender who's bilingual, and I put the home buyer seminars together, and she comes in, and we make a really good team. And my main goal when I do the home buyer seminars is to make sure that I'm educating my home buyers and that I'm a resource for my people, my home
Right.
buyers. So that's the main goal for us, to be a resource for them and to make sure that they're being educated and they're learning about the home buying process. So yeah, having a lender on site, it's very important because they're able to answer, all the number stuff, all
instantly.
credit questions, all the extra things that, that
Right.
she can help them on. So yeah, that's very important. And we have really good turnout. So I've been very, very lucky. Yeah.
That's cool. Do you ever do any other events, or is it just that?
Yeah, this past year, I actually started focusing more on events. Those were actually really fun. I think
Yeah.
it's a great way for me to love on my past clients and my future clients. So this past year, I had a pie giveaway for Thanksgiving, and then
Mhm.
we were in December we did cookies for Santa. So
Oh, cool.
those were great events. Definitely doing those again this year. I think it's a great way to, you know catch up with my clients and with everybody, and have a good time, and give a little bit something back to them for the continue
Right.
support and referrals that they always give to me.
And what do you do? I mean, I know what we do every year and to build our database, right? Because that's what prospecting is all about. At the end of the day, if you're not feeding the CRM, if you're not feeding your pipeline, uh, you're going to run out of business pretty quick. So for Janelle and I, we do the Easter egg hunt every year over
Mhm.
there at Shanghai Bend. That gets good turnouts. And then we do the fair, right? Between those two events, we probably add something like 700 to 1,000
Yeah.
leads a year. And they're all the same leads that you would pay for if you went and paid the Z word money every month to get the leads, right? What are you doing? Do you do anything else creative to bring in those leads towards your business to attract people to you?
You know, my business is very organic. I've
Mhm.
never paid for a lead, or I've
Nice.
never paid any lead sources. It's
Right.
very organic. It's really about going out there, prospecting, building relationships with people, connecting. I mean, social media, it's a huge part of my business.
Yeah.
I hammer that
I
this.
see you all the time on there. Like every
Yeah.
time I turn on my phone, I know that I'm going to be hanging out with Angie.
Yeah, so I mean, social media is such a big part of my business. I would say that, you know, 99, if not 100% of my business comes from social media.
Wow.
Uh,
And that's just from posting stuff and sharing with people and
yes, posting,
communicating with them, right?
yeah, building relationships. The other part will be referrals from like past clients or somebody that knows me.
Yeah.
But yeah, social media has been great. I think it's a great way for me to connect with people and build those relationships and build that trust and that credibility, through social media. So yeah, it's I do dedicate, time, and I'm very consistent on there. So yeah.
Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on with me today. This has been fun. How do people get a hold of you?
They can find me again on social media, Instagram, Facebook. I'm also on TikTok as well. You can find me. I have the same handle. It's Realtor Angie Verduzco. You can Please feel free to send me a DM if you're an agent. If you're looking to buy a house. I'm happy to. You can go ahead and DM me, and I'm happy to connect with you anytime. I'm here to help you, whether that's buying or selling or growing your business.
Awesome. Well, hey, stick around for a second, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.